I just think we should get our asses back home.
I'm kind of this grumpy guy that just wants to go home now, right? And Carol gets involved and sort of, but look, there's love, and there's love, and there's love. And I'm like, whatever.
This fucking guy.
That's right, but if we're loyal fans, we'll shut our mouths and we won't say anything bad. Got it! Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. This one's going to be doing a discussion video. We're going to be going over the brand new Behind the Dead. We have some new footage for Daryl Dixon as per usual. And we have the final 3 episode titles as well for Daryl Dixon Season 3. So, yeah, we did a video talking about the titles of the first 4 episodes, which were obviously in their own video, so obviously you can go ahead and check that out for yourselves. We have, The Coast of Death, we have The Offerings, we have The Sacrifice, and we have Border Justice. Those are the first 4 episode titles, but we did a more in-depth video on that a few days ago. Now, for the new episode titles, for the other 3 episodes, we have episode 5 titled The Unknown, which is a very difficult title to indicate, I gotta say. That's a very difficult one to kind of break down. But that's episode 5. Episode 6, the penultimate episode, is called Smuggling. So that's an interesting title as well. And then the finale is called the Serena of the Sea. So, yeah, I'm not too sure what that one means. Again, very sea-focused, you know, like the Coast of Death, or the Coast of Death, and then the finale is this one. So, yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing, of course, what these all mean. We finally have all 7 titles for this season now, which is exciting. We got a few more weeks to wait, and then obviously we're going to be getting the new episode, so I'm very interested in seeing, you know, kind of how far we get, how much we get, you know what I mean, and obviously a lot of people are kind of wondering, well, why 7 episodes rather than 6? Well, I feel like the main reason is because episode 1 is going to be probably full-on in London, but they wanted to still get those 6 episodes in Spain, so I feel like that's kind of the motivation there, you know what I mean, which makes sense. But anyway, so we got new footage for this, which I found really funny. They're basically introducing this new couple here. They're basically kind of talking and stuff, and you got these 2 new characters that are kind of involved. They're kind of in love, and it's this young couple and stuff like that, and the theme of this is basically Daryl saying, listen, we just gotta get our asses home, you know? And Daryl's like, yeah, but they're in love, and they're in love, and we gotta help them, and apparently Daryl's just saying, fuck it, you know? Who gives a shit? They'll find someone else, you know what I mean? So basically, in other words, Daryl is us, you know? Daryl is us in this teaser, you know? Like, yeah, get your asses home, you know what I mean? Get the frick going, you know? So I found that kind of funny. It's like they know they're pissing us off, you know what I mean? It's like they know that that's what the fans fucking want, you know what I mean? But they're deciding not to do so, right? And in the words of Greg Nicotero, the executive producer of this show, if we're really loyal Walking Dead fans, we'll shut our mouths and not ask at all, you know what I'm saying? Apparently that's what we're supposed to do. So, it's funny the way they treat us these days. I'll tell you, it's insane. The Walking Dead creators, man, they really like to piss us off, you know? And I feel like they know they're pissing us off, you know what I mean? That's why they put shit like this in their teasers, you know? That's why, you know, when Season 3 of Daryl Dixon was renewed last year, they were like, yo, well, it's not over yet with Daryl, you know? They can't go home yet, you know? I'm like, oh my god, this is the most stupid, ridiculous marketing I've ever seen. The way they put it like that, you know? They're like, oh yeah, we gotta get our asses home, you know, right in the beginning of the teaser. I'm like, yeah, you really fucking should. Honestly, I agree. You really should get your asses home, you know? It's like they know. So, anyway, that just pissed me right off. I was like, what are you on about right now? Like, seriously, like, all these people asking for Daryl to go back home and to see Rick and all this other stuff, and, you know, they keep putting that in the teasers, and I'm like, oh my god. But anyway, the moral story here is that you got this couple that, of course, are you know, they can't be together for some kind of reason. I don't know if it's because of the King of Spain or, you know, shit like that, but they cannot be together, so obviously that's kind of the vibe there, is that, you know, they can't be together, so what are you going to do going forward? How is this all going to kind of play out? And all this different type of stuff. So Daryl and Carol feel inclined, and they feel forced to decide to, okay, let's stay back and help these people, and, you know, we'll go home at some point, you know? So, they feel like because their boat crashed in Spain, they feel like it's their calling to help these people, you know what I mean, and to help out against the King of Spain, so that's what they're gonna do. So, it's a goofy plot, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna try to kind of just shut up and enjoy it, I guess. You know, because again, that's what we're supposed to do, right? According to Greg Nicotero, we're supposed to shut up and just enjoy it, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do, you know what I mean? I gotta just accept the fact that we gotta still watch 2 more seasons of them messing around, you know what I mean, before we get to the actual substance, the actual plot, you know what I mean? I'm just grateful that season 4 is the final season and they're not dragging this on to other countries, because if anybody needs to see, you know, our main characters, if anybody needs to see Rick, it's Daryl. So I'm hoping that, you know, we kind of get to that here next year when season 4 ends. That would be nice. But yeah, we got this new couple that they introduced. There's a few new shots of Daryl and Carol in the town. There's like one shot of Daryl kind of walking down this hill, which I found interesting. There's also one shot of Daryl kind of on a boat, shooting some walkers and, you know, stuff like that. Looks kind of interesting, looks kind of different, but yeah, that's basically what we have for this week's Behind the Dead. Also, the brand new titles for the new episodes of Daryl Dixon, which will be the final 3 episodes of Season 3. Very curious to see how this kind of all plays out. I'm curious to see what the additional episode is going to do for them pacing-wise. See how the pacing kind of lines up, you know what I mean? If it's going to be a little bit better. If the pacing won't feel as fast as Season 2 did. Because one of the reasons that I feel like Season 2 kind of failed in the marketing is because Season 2 felt very, like, too quick and everything happened too fast, you know what I mean? Like it was like, oh, we got Janae's backstory, okay, next episode she's dead, you know? Daryl kisses Isabel, oh, she's dead like literally 2 episodes after. Like, it was a little too fast, you know what I mean? It went too fast, and I think that's why a lot of people didn't like the way the story was told in Season 2 versus Season 1, which Season 1 was a phenomenal season, you know? Season 2 wasn't as good because I felt like they rushed a lot of things, so maybe this additional episode will kind of give them a little bit more. Hard to say. Also, we know that Season 4 of Daryl Dixon will be 8 episodes, so maybe we will get more story told in a better, more slower-paced way. Not too slow, but at least, like, you know, telling the story in a bit more of a proper way. You know what I mean? I feel like that might be the reason they're doing this, but again, hard to say. So, anyway, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below. What do you guys think of the new teaser for Daryl Dixon Behind the Dead? Also, what do you think of the final 3 episode titles of Daryl Dixon Season 3? And let me know what you guys think about some of the updates for this show this week. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe on to miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.